Good evening to one and all. Shall we start the session? Almost 3:15. Yeah, we have 15 minutes delay from the time that we have set. Apologize for the technical challenge that you guys have faced in logging in. Am I audible to each one of you?
Yes.
Yes, you are audible.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, sir, audible.
We have close to 51 people online.
Hello, Vishnu.
Yes.
It is for everyone.
Yes, it is for all the office staff members.
All the
Session is
office
for-
staff.
Yeah, right.
Then I'll tell my colleagues to join.
Please.
Yeah. Please, huh, sir. 1 second.
Okay, fair enough. We will start the session than delaying it further. First, again, good evening to each one of you guys. Thanks for attending this meet. I hope you guys are aware of what this session is all about. Are you guys aware? You can go on unmute for some time because I do want to have this as a kind of a discussion sessions. So you can go unmute if you guys want to share something. You guys are aware of what this session is all about?
Yes.
How about others? You guys are aware?
Yeah, aware.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is all about, this session is all about how do we make yourself equipped for performance appraisal. I think this is kind of a very familiar term for most of you guys. What performance appraisal is, what is appraisal, what is review. You guys might be well versed with this terminologies. Having said that, I will again, when I'm doing the training session, I will definitely start from the ground level so that you guys get a better grip of what this point is all about. And in case if there are people who are hearing this term for the first time, and that will be very informative for them as well. Now, there are a couple of updates that I would like to give it to you before I jump into this particular topic. Why are we doing a training session right now? Some of you guys must be aware that this year we will be having performance appraisal review twice in this year before we go into an annual appraisal review. Last year or year before that, or maybe last couple of years, you might have done your performance appraisal review once in a year. That is, even not many would have done it. At least certain category of people would have done it. But this year we are bringing certain changes in the organization where we have committed to the management that we will be doing performance evaluation for all the staff members, irrespective of which grade that they fall in. All the office staff members will undergo performance review in the month of September as well as in the month of January. Then they will be eligible for the annual appraisal that will happen in the month of April and May. I hope this is clear from my end. Right?
Yeah.
So let us look at what is performance appraisal according to you? You have anyone would like to share update about performance appraisal? What is it? Anyone would like to go take a chance?
It is basically, hello.
Yes.
Appraisal. This is what my thinking is. Appraisal would be dependent on our performance or something.
Right. It's regarding your performance. So let me put it in very simple term. Why do you want to do appraisals? I'm sure when you work in an organization, you would want to know what you are doing is reflecting on an organization on larger front. How are your work is impacting the organization? You would definitely want to know what am I supposed to do, right? When you start an year or when you start working in an organization, you would definitely want to know, right, what is expected from you. What are you supposed to do? How well are you required to do it? Like, right? How well you need to do that. If my job is to just file a set of documents, I also need to know how well I should be doing it. Now, when you have been doing the same activity for the last 3-4 months, you would like to know how your performance was in that particular activity. You would definitely want to hear some positives as well as suggestions from your manager. You know, how well you did this in the last couple of months. You would definitely would ask, how are you going to reward for the good thing that I have done? If I am supposed to do something in the last 5 months where I was able to do it in 3 months, now tell me, how are you going to reward it? Now, how can I improve this further? So all these things are part of your performance evaluation. So performance evaluation is a continuous process that most of the organization adapt to ensure that, or to ensure that your employees' performance are evaluated on a timely basis. I hope I am able to communicate properly, right? I'm sorry if I am continuously speaking in English. If I start talking in Hindi, then I don't know how much will I be able to communicate clearly. Right. So the performance appraisal is nothing. It's just evaluation of your performance against certain goals that has been set. Now tell me honestly, now we have good 62 people join this conversation. How many are aware of your goals for the financial year 2021? How many are you aware? This is what is expected from me in this particular year. Can I get a response, please? If you can type it in your chat also, I'm comfortable with it. I'll read it quickly. Yes, I am aware of my goals. Can someone tell how many of you guys are aware of it? No one is aware? Have your managers got back to you with your KRA KPIs for this particular year?
Yeah.
They must have discussed with you, right? Certain expectations?
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right. Okay, I can see a couple of yeses.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes.
Right. There are a few more people joining the session. Okay. So if those attendees who doesn't know their KRA and KPI for this year, please go back to your reporting manager, talk to them, ask them to give your KRA and KPIs, which they already have it, and then you will have to start your review process. I will come to all those pointers. So now I had spoken to you about what performance appraisal is. Why do you want to do that? Now I also spoken about your goal setting activity as well. I am going to share a presentation which will be shared with each one of you by tomorrow, which you can use it for your future reference. Hope everyone can see the screen, right?
Yes, we can see.
Right. So let me
Yeah,
just
we
take
can
you
see.
through the table of content. We will be discussing about the definitions of the performance appraisals, what is KRA and what is KPI. How do you reinforce expectations? What is the purpose? Why are we doing it? Yes, why are we doing this thing? That we will come to it. Eligibility. Are you eligible or not? That also we'll discuss. What is the process? What is the review process that we are putting in? What are the timelines for completing it? What is your role in doing the appraisal? What is your reporting manager's role in appraisal? What is your HOD going to do in your appraisal process? What is HR role in appraisal process? These all we will be covering. We will also be looking at your template that you will be using for your appraisal review. We will talk about certain pointers to be remembered while doing your appraisal review. We will discuss about the promotion cycle that we are looking at, performance levels we are looking at. These are certain topics that we will be covering in this session. If you guys are stuck somewhere, if you are not able to follow anything, please stop me in between. Otherwise, we can have all the question and answer session closer to the end of this conversation. Maybe 15 minutes we will spend on addressing your queries, concerns, questions, etc. Right? Now moving forward. Let's look at the definition of performance appraisal. What is performance appraisal? It is the systematic evaluation of individual. Matlab, your performance are evaluated very systematically. Like what is expected from you for this year or the last 6 months. Your performance will be evaluated based on what you have delivered. For example, if you're supposed to do documentation submission within 3 working days, that is a target for you. If you have done it in 2 days, you have outperformed the expectation. That will only come to know when you do an evaluation of what you have done. For the last 6 months, you must have done all your documentation filing in less than the expected time. You must be knowing it. Maybe your manager might not be knowing it. But when you do a performance evaluation, you will have a quality discussion with your manager on what have you done in the last couple of months. Where do you stand? So this is an opportunity for you. It's an opportunity for you to showcase what have you achieved, from where have you set the expectation is. Is that clear? Please use your chat box if not clear. Now, if people who have already gone through your KRA and KPIs, if you have already gone through your KRA and KPIs, you must have come across these two terminologies, these two words called key result areas and KPI, right? What is key result area? What is KPI? Let me explain to you with an example. Okay, now filing documents on time is your document submission, or let me take another simple example which I can relate to. HR probably you guys won't be able to understand a bit. Anyone would like to help me with an example on KRA and KPI, which everyone can understand in a layman's language? Anyone would like to give it a try? Anyone?
Sir, my name is Tilak. Hello.
Yeah, please Tilak. Yeah.
सर आई थिंक ये KRA होता है सर, हमको क्या क्या करना पड़ेगा उसका बोल, और KPI होता है सर हमको कितना उसमें अचीव किया है और कितना दिन भर में किया है.
Right, somewhere you're right. You're right in that. So having said that, exact KRA defines what is that result area that you have to achieve. For HR, it is recruitment is a KRA for us, right? And KPI will be, there will be a couple of indicators, maybe sourcing, like evaluating the CV of the applicants, shortlisting, interviewing, all will be their KPI. KPI is basically an indicator of the progress of an activity that is set as an expectation or a goal. So let's look at the definition. Define the job profile for the employee and enable them to have better clarity of their role. So in your job profile, in your job description, you must have lot of activities that you do. But not everything is your KRA. KRA is a key result area. As a client coordinator or as a documentation executive, your key result area will be focusing on document submissions or zero complaints from the customer, handling the customer query on time, right? But when you look at your daily tasks, there will be a lot of other things that you do. You must be spending your time on report management. You must be spending your time on analysis. You must be spending your time on data entry. Are they your KRAs? They may not be. Yes, they might have some role to play as part of your job responsibility, but they are not your KRAs. Your KRA will be key result areas. Is that point clear? Should I define it once again?
Yes. Yes.
When you talk about KRA, it should be well defined. It should be quantifiable. Tomorrow you should be in a position to tell, this is my KRA and this is how I can quantify it. Quantify means measure it on numbers, percentages, days, time, etc. It should be easy to measure. It's easy to achieve. There should be a time bound for all this. I think that is pretty clear. I am moving on. If anyone would like to translate what I am saying in Hindi or other languages, please feel free to do it so. That will really help me in helping the others understand what I am trying to communicate. So as I was saying, we as employees, you, me, everyone included in this session, as employees of an organization, we would like to know, what am I supposed to do? As an HR manager, what am I supposed to do? I am supposed to conduct training for the staff members. How do I know that? Because that is part of my KRA. I am supposed to hire people for the company. How do I know that? Because that is part of my KRA. Now, I also would like to know, how well am I doing this job? Today, when I'm doing the training, I am very much conscious about the words that I spell, the information that I share, because in this training, by the end of this session, each one of you must understand what is KRA and KPI is. That is my success. So why I'm doing this? Because it's part of my KRA and KPI. It's part of my performance evaluation. When I sit with my manager or when I sit with Nilesh sir, I would like to understand, sir, in the last 5 months, how did I as an HR guy performed? How do I know this? I will know this through performance discussions, performance appraisal only. I will be able to know it. And I can always ask my manager, sir, you have set 4 tasks for me to complete in the last 5 months. I have done 7. How do you recognize my effort? To have that conversation, you need to do your appraisal. You need to tell your manager, this is what I have achieved. That is why appraisal is important. How can I improve my performance? You might feel that you are doing everything right, but your manager might have a different view. How do you communicate that? You communicate that through performance discussion. So all I am telling you once again is, this is very important activity. Never, never, ever compare appraisal as an HR initiative. HR has nothing to do with your ratings. HR has nothing to do with how you perform or those things. HR initiate. This is your game. You have to own this. Performance appraisal is HR driven, but owned and executed by each one of you. You guys needs to take the responsibility or onus of having your career in place. Your performance is your responsibility, right?
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, if your manager is not able to help you with giving right directions in conducting a performance appraisal, you always have the right to voice it out. You can voice it out to your manager, you can voice it out to your HOD. In fact, you can reach out to the HR as well. I am not happy with the way the appraisal was conducted. You always have the right to do so. Reason being, it is your career. At the end of the day, you have to be responsible for the ratings. You have to be responsible for how it has been done. Don't expect your manager to run behind you for appraisal. There will be stringent timelines. Within those timelines, we will have to complete the appraisal process. Right?
Okay.
Never ever expect your manager to come run behind you for appraisal. Manager ne kiya nahi. We don't want to hear all those things. You will have to go push your manager to get things done. Okay, now I will give you two scenarios. You tell me, where would you rather prefer working? Would you like to work in an organization that have clear goals, that improve the performance of the company regularly, that gives you regular feedback, that appreciates you for your good work, that align the company's goals and employees' goals are aligned? Would you prefer working in that kind of an environment, or would you prefer working in an environment where you don't know what is expected from you, you don't know what company performs, you don't know what, your manager doesn't talk to you even regarding your performance or nothing? Whatever hard work you put in, manager doesn't recognize it. Would you like to work in such an environment? Can I see some response coming in the chat box? What kind of an environment would you like to work in? You can select organization A or organization B as your response. Can I see more response coming in, please? Yeah. Yes, I can see A coming. Right. Mostly it is A, because you would like to work in an environment where there is a clear transparency in the goals, in your work. There's a clear appreciation for the good work that you have done. You need to know, why am I working? So is it just the salary that matters for me at work? Maybe right, maybe not. I personally wouldn't prefer salary as the only motivating factor to work in an organization. For me, personally saying, different people have different perspective, understanding. But for me, it's not about the salary alone. It's about the good work that I'm doing. It's about how am I able to help my organization grow. That is what the satisfaction that I as a person get when I work in an organization. So to get those level of satisfaction, we need to know what the company's goals are. We need to know what feedback my manager have to talk to me about. I need to be rewarded with recognition for the good things that I have done. So I would always prefer working in an environment or an organization that is categorized as A. Moving on. Summary of what I have been talking so far. Why conduct performance review? It is an opportunity for you to tell your manager or have a dialogue with your manager about what is the good things that you have done, what is the things that you have your shortfall of on completing. It emphasizes a performance culture in the organization. When every one of us know what is expected from us, then the organization itself will work at a different level. You will see organizational progressing at a higher pace when we all are driven towards our own goals, which will materialize as organizational goals. So these meetings should revolve around what is expected of. So you need to ask the questions to your manager. Wait, I will just show you certain questions that you can ask your manager in the meeting. What is expected of me? Why is this certain KRS important? Tell me, how am I doing in this KRS in the last 6 months? These things are something that you need to ask your manager, and your manager should give clarifications or should give justifications or detailing about on these questions. So that is also very important, the performance review. Don't think performance review is just filling the form. If your mindset is performance review is just to fill the form, that is wrong. That you are harming yourself there. Form filling is just an exercise to document. 70 to 80% success of performance review is on qualitative discussion that you will have with your manager. 30% is just the documentation. Documentation is for your future reference, for HR records. But 70% should be focusing on the review. Tomorrow, if your manager is saying that review ka zarurat nahi hai, then don't accept that. Tell him, sir, I need 10, 15, 20 minutes of yours to discuss this, and then fill the form. I will not come and ask each 235 people whether you had a meeting or not. It is impossible from my end to talk to each one individually, but you can talk to your manager. Be truthful to yourself, talk to your manager, get clarity. If he or she is not able to do it, escalate to the reporting manager, HODs or HR on this matter, because this is very important. This is going to define your future. This is going to define your progression in the organization. This is going to define your increment in the organization. So look at, be selfish. This is for you. This is your right to do a performance evaluation in the organization. So if your manager say, I don't have time, don't accept that. That should it. No one will ever say that. If somebody says that, that is a wrong just statement. Never accept it. Again, purpose of performance review is giving feedback and receiving feedback. Your manager will give you feedback. Manager also should be open for receiving feedback as well. So we have conducted training session for the HODs and the branch managers 2 days back. Last Saturday was their training session, where we also have clearly communicated what is expected from each manager while doing performance review. So training has been done for them. They are well equipped with the process, with the review process. So now you also need to learn the art of doing performance review. Then this entire exercise will be successful. Don't ever wait for HR reminder to come to finish your appraisal cycle. You have to own your appraisal and you need to complete it on time. Now, who all are eligible for the appraisal? Think about these steps. An employee who is having minimum 3 months in the organization is eligible for a performance review, which means if you have joined in the month of May or in the month of April, you are eligible for a performance review in the month of September. If you are joined in the month of June or July, you may not be eligible for a performance review in the month of September. Can someone tell me why this? What is the reason for not letting someone do a performance review in 1 month? Can anyone share your thoughts? Please, I am unable to hear if somebody is sharing.
Yeah, I would like to share.
Please.
Yeah, because 1 to 2 months is a very short time for the organization as a whole, and for the specific team or the manager to assess or evaluate the employee's performance.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. As Abbas was rightly mentioning, the 1 month time period is too early. When you join in an organization in 1 month, it will be too early for us to conduct a performance evaluation, because you just trying you all have joined Express at some point of time, right? Look at your initial 1 month. Mostly it must be training, or you are taking time to understand the basic process and everything. You will start delivering after 3 months or 2 to 3 months in the system. Isliye we have even kept your probation period and training period as 6 months, because initial 6 months is the time that you take to understand the process, time that you take to learn the process, learn the steps, and you understand the company culture and everything. It will take good 6 months for you to 3 to 6 months to understand everything. So that is the one reason we are keeping eligibility as 3 months. Now, whether somebody who is serving the notice period, whether he or she will be eligible for the appraisal? No, he or she will not be eligible if that person is on notice period or already have resigned. Now, the third point, you are only eligible for a KRA KPI if you have completed your goal setting exercise in the month of May, June or July. If your manager have not spoken to you about goal setting or KRA KPI in last 3 months, you may not be eligible for KRA and KPIs. HR has shared a list of staff members who are eligible for KRA KPIs to the reporting managers. You need to talk to your reporting managers before starting your appraisal. Understand whether you are eligible for this period or not. Now, KRA, so if you have to be eligible for a KRA KPI review cycle, if it is in the month of January, as a review 2, you must complete the review 1 within the timeline. If you fail to complete your review 1 within the timeline, then you will not be eligible for review 2. Now you must be thinking, what happens if I miss R1 and R2, review 1 and review 2? If you miss R1 and R2, then you will not be eligible for final appraisal. If you are not eligible for final appraisal, you will not be eligible for a promotion, nor will be eligible for any increment as management decides. Now you understood the importance of doing review on time. If you are serving any disciplinary action, if you are involved in some gross misconduct or any other activities, then you will not be eligible for any performance review. I hope the eligibility criteria is pretty clear. Moving on. What is the review process? Okay, let me tell you one thing. We will start our performance appraisal review from tomorrow. The first review will start tomorrow. I don't know how many are aware of it. You will get a communication tomorrow on this. Your HODs are very well aware of the dates and everything. We will start our first performance review appraisal tomorrow. HR will roll out a communication before the start of review cycle. Now, once you get the communication in your mailbox, you need to talk to your managers and get your KRA and KPI with targets and everything from the manager. Then you need to update your actual performance against the target set. I will show you a templates in the upcoming slides. Once you fill the form, you need to have a discussion with your reporting manager on your performance. We'll discuss the employee's performance in a meet, update the file and finalize the form. So you need to give time for your manager to schedule one-on-one meeting with you to discuss your performance in the last 5 months. And then manager will add manager rating against your performance. Then the form will be sent to the HOD for final confirmation. Taking an example of a finance team. If Paresh, who is reporting to Vibhuti, Paresh will be doing his KRA and KPI, will be having meeting with Vibhuti and Asha And then once that meeting is done, you will be sharing your form with Pranav for a final sign-off. Pranav will confirm the form and send it to HR for HR records. Similarly, for branches, you will have to sit and discuss with your branch manager. Branch manager will then send it to the HOD like Ajay sir or Rahul. Rahul and Ajay sir will confirm their staff members' rating and send it to HR. Now, HR will consolidate the ratings and send it to the management for their reference. And yeah, so once the ratings are there, so if somebody is struggling with the performance or somebody is performing well, HR will discuss those cases with the management and the reporting manager and will take corrective actions as and when required. Am I making it clear? I can see a couple of people joining now. For those who have already who have missed the initial 20-30 minutes, I have recorded this session. So I will be sharing the link as well in the communication with you guys. So if you can also always go back and refer to the conversations in the future while updating your KRA and KPI. Now let us look at the timelines for completing the review 1. You will receive an HR communication by tomorrow. You will start doing your self-appraisal. By 7th, you need to complete the self-appraisal. Then you need to send the appraisal to the reporting manager, and reporting manager will have to complete the entire exercise by 14th. HODs will have to confirm the ratings by 18th. HR will evaluate the ratings. HR will go through each KRA and KPI form. That is what our target is. And then we will finalize the form as well. Why HR is getting involved is because to ensure there is fairness in the discussions. There can be some lot of subjectivity in the discussion. So we shouldn't have any sort of biasness in the process. So HR is also getting involved as a neutral body. Now, HR is expected to submit a report to the management on 28th of September. These are the timelines that we have agreed for completing the review process. Now let us look at what is expected from each one of you. Starting with the staff members, you need to update your actual performance against the target set in the shared template or format and share the same with the reporting manager. Reporting manager will have to conduct one-on-one performance review meet and finalize the score with the staff members. HOD will have a peripheral look on all the scores and HOD will confirm the ratings. HR will evaluate the sheet once again to ensure there is a fairness in the activity, consolidate the report and send it to management for their reference. Right? This is how the appraisal metrics, approval metrics looks like. Reporting manager, HOD and HR. These are the 3 people who will be involved in the approval process. Is the screen visible to each one of you guys? Is the screen visible? You guys can read it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Visible. Visible.
Jignesh, hello. I received a question for Jignesh. I will talk to you, I'll put this point at the closure of the discussion. Okay. Now hope you can see the screen. Is the screen visible to you? An Excel sheet?
Yes.
Excel sheet you can see?
Yes.
No, sir.
No?
Yes.
No, sir.
Wait. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. We can.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the performance appraisal review template that you will be receiving tomorrow with you. I have added, mention an example for you to understand what am I talking about. Right? So you will have to fill your name first. For example, you will have to fill your name. You will have to fill your code. All those details you will have to fill. Then, now, what you need to do is, you need to fill your KPI. You need to talk to your manager. Manager will give you specific KPIs. These 3 sections, you will have to take it from your manager. Some people might already be aware of this, right? If I can ask specific people like Vishwendra, Shyam, Ketal, or for example, accounts team, you guys are aware of this, right? You will have different KRA KPIs, but this format you are aware of,
Correct.
right? Now you need to put your actuals. For example, I have taken an example. If a sales guy, a business development guy, target is to generate 1,50,000 in last 6 months, he must have generated only 1 lakh. According to him, he has generated 1 lakh. But his manager says that for all the questions, I am reading it, but I will answer to all those closer to the session. Okay, then your manager might say that no, there, as per my report, it's only 80,000. So your actual score is what the final score is taken from the manager. So
Vishnu, one second, Vishnu, this side. I don't think so. We have this format. Sumit, please correct me if you have this format of calculation with you, because we have the only KPI carry format that was there.
Exactly, because that is a goal setting exercise that you have done. This format will come to you tomorrow in the communication, because that is when you will start doing the appraisal, right?
Okay.
But I am sure, Yogendra, till this, wherever I have marked as yellow, that format you have. You have
This is
KPI,
a part
you
of
have,
the KPI, right?
exactly I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So this actuals is something that you will receive tomorrow, because that is when you will start actually doing it. Don't change any formulas, okay? Please,
But
don't change any formula.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Vishnu. But basically, last time we did on this KPI, so it was already been prepared, correct, Vishwendra? So I mean, it was also been, yeah. So now this is, I mean, something new to us. Some changes has been done. So I mean, I'm confused right now whether we have to.
Okay, I understand. So I understand, Sumit.
Sumit, what I understand now, this is the actual, especially for profiles where your targets and all that, this is a actual appraisal format. What we did was setting our profile, that is the KRA and KPI. Usme, this basically the column B and C was there because it was defining. It was a defining thing, right? Like Vishnu is saying, goal setting. But when you see the the F and G, where the actual numbers have to be put, you remember we put something. So similarly, this is the measuring stack, and that was a goal setting stack.
Okay, understood.
So I think that's how it is.
So with just summarizing it, we have done goal setting at the start of financial year.
Okay.
That is what is expected from you for the entire 1 year. Now we are doing mid-review cycle to check where we stand with regards to our goals. Right?
Okay,
so
understood.
Actual against the target set. Now, please don't change any formulas because it is all interlinked. Only you need to update your actuals. This is the column that you need to focus on. You need to focus on this column. Or rather, this column you need to focus on. This will be focused by your manager. The moment you make changes to here, moment you make changes to here, the final score actually changes because the formula that I have updated. Then the percentage also changes. Average of those percentage will come here. And that final score will get reflected here. So it's all formula. Please don't change. I will show you an example. If the gross taxable billing, my weightage is just 20. I have achieved, my target is 1,50,000. I have achieved 1 lakh, where my manager say I have only achieved 80,000, or rather 90,000, I would say. You will see the numbers changed here, right? Earlier it was 16. Please don't message me on WhatsApp right now because I am not in a position to reply to each one. So please raise your questions maybe closer to the session. Right, okay. 1 lakh is the target actuals that you have updated. Your manager might have updated 90,000. So your score is I9, that is 90,000 divided by 1,50,000. That is just into weightage. This is a purely formula. You don't have to worry anything about it. Is this format clear? This person has achieved 55%. So he will fall under the category partial contributor. So there is a category rating also. So you will be able to understand where do you stand with regards to your performance. This is our formula. The moment you get your final score here, it will get automatically captured in these 3 columns. So you don't have to manually update anything. Don't do anything here. It's manually captured. I hope the form is clear, right? Okay, moving on. Can you see my screen? Now, there are certain points that you need to keep in mind while discussing your KRA and KPI. KRA should be SMART. SMART matlab specific, it should be measurable, it should be achievable, realistic, and time bound. So the moment your manager gives your KRA and KPI, think about it. Think about it, whether it is specific or it's measurable, it's achievable, realistic, or time bound. Whether you can measure it or not, whether it is very specific, whether it is achievable. Tomorrow, your manager say that your documentation, submission of documents should happen in 30 minutes. Whereas you might say that, no, the time taken for document submission will be 1.5 hours. So it is not an achievable target. It might not be realistic. Maybe tomorrow manager will say that document submission or completing the operation without any timeline, he might be telling you should complete operations on time, but that is not a time bound. There is no time mentioned. So you need to ask manager what time is you are talking about. So you need to be very specific about your KRAs. Ensure there are not more than 7 KRAs maximum, and minimum there should be 5 KRAs. Total weightage I'm talking about is this column. Hope you will be able to see where I am highlighting. This is the weightage. Total weightage should be 100. So far, is it clear? Hello?
Yes.
Right? Okay. Now moving on. This time we are introducing 2 new concepts in your KRA and KPI. Please keep this in back of your mind. This department feedback and customer feedback survey score is very important in your KRA and KPI exercise. None of the operational team KRA KPI will exclude department feedback or customer feedback. Customer feedback is a feedback that will be taken from the customer about certain consignments. Department feedback is a feedback that will be taken from the HODs about certain department. For example, import department will be evaluated by finance team, HR team, branches, or the JNPT operations team for the support that they are giving, right? So department feedback score is also very important. If you see your KRA and KPI sheet, I can see still people joining in between. I fear that you guys must have missed major portion of the conversation. I hope you guys can see the Excel sheet right now. Guys can see the Excel sheet?
No.
No.
Now you can see the screen.
Yes.
Are you able to see what something that I'm increasing the size of the customer feedback and department
Yes,
feedback?
yes.
This is kind of a mandate KRA for you. The weightage can vary, but the score target will remain as 5 for both. Based on the survey result, you will be putting your actual. Your manager will share your survey score and you need to update that in the sheet. Right? Are you clear about what department feedback survey is? Customer feedback survey is? Right? Any doubts, any questions? Moving on. Now I'm just taking you through this particular slide. So management also has asked me to work on a promotion cycle. So if we are able to successfully complete all this review process by the set timelines, then we will also be opening a promotion window in the month of June 2021. So people who have outperformed in the last 1 year are likely to get promoted to further roles. So there is career progression also we are discussing for our staff members. Right? Now certain points specifically for staff members. When I was doing a session with our managers, I was giving a slides specifically for managers. Now these are pointers that are specific for staff members. Let's look at what are they. Performance appraisal is always about planning, coaching and reviewing.
Vishnu,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt. People who are not using can mute this thing because a lot of distraction is coming.
Right, right. Can you guys all go on mute unless you have anything to share? We have good 65 people attending the session, so it will be really great if you guys can go on mute so that it won't be a disturbance for others as well. Fair? Thank you. Thank you. We are moving on. Performance appraisal is kind of all about planning. It's about coaching and it's about reviewing the performance. So you need to plan what is expected from you for this particular year. You need to get right coaching from your staff managers, and we need to review the performance on a systematic basis. Please go on mute. Please, please, please. I don't know in what language should I tell again. Please go on mute.
ये है ना मेरे पास वो के लिए
Galaxy J8. I don't know who the person is.
उसने दिया था वही था ना जो रंजीत कुमार साहब ने परसों शाम को मैं और
Okay. Sorry, I had to put him on mute. Fair enough. Going for the review meetings. So understand the cycle. Staff members arrives open-minded. So when you go for review meeting, you need to be very open-minded. You need to have a very constructive discussion with your manager. So manager will evaluate your performance. You will have to talk about your performance, actual performance, self-assessment it is called. Then supervisor will add his or her comments against your review, your KRA and KPI. The manager will again do evaluate your now staff members, supervisor will be adding the comments. Then the manager will be talking about the development discussions. what is expected from you in the next couple of months. Then manager will summarize. Then the conversation ends. Why am I saying this is because when you go for a review meeting with your manager, keep these pointers in your mind. You need to do self-assessment. You need to do, your manager will have to add supervisory comments. Manager should tell you your development plans, and manager should summarize you your overall performance. So if this is not done, you always have the right to escalate that your review was not conducted properly. The moment you raise a concern about your review, HR will pitch in and will do another round of review with your managers or HOD's presence. Sometimes HR might not be able to do a review. Instead, HODs will pitch in and do a review in presence of your reporting manager. So this is what the process is going to be. Now, your review should be revolved around goals and expectations. You need to talk about your skill development, and then there should be a reflection on overall comments. What is expected, what is level of performance that you have achieved, and everything like that. Now, there are different levels of performance that you have. Sometimes you might be an excellent contributor, so you will come in a top performance level where you have exceeded your expectations in your performance. So you might get a score of A+ or something like that. Then sometimes you will be meeting a performance score of 100%. So you will be somewhere as a valued employee. Maybe less than 70%, you will be a developing employee. Less than 50%, you are a poor performer. So this is the criteria that we have set for evaluating the performance level. So I think from my end, the presentation is completed. Now we are open to have discussions, questions. Now putting the forum open for discussion. So please, one by one, please share your questions, and I will be happy to answer in the next 15 minutes. Anyone question? Baroda? BRD 11?
Anyone question Baroda question?
Rushali?
No.
Anyone? Either it means that everything is clear or nothing is clear.
Hello.
Yeah, Siddharth.
Yeah. So right now, we had finalized all this KRI, KPI, Excel sheet, and everything.
Right.
And the one which the HR is planning to share tomorrow is the one which the assessment will be done based on that. I mean,
yes.
Am I understanding?
Your understanding is correct. I'm just making it more clear. HR will only share a format Excel. One Excel HR will share for all. You will have to take the KRI KPIs from your KRI KPI sheet, goal setting sheet that you have finalized with HODs, and you need to plug it in the format.
Oh, so tomorrow's sheet will be the assessment sheet
Yes.
for this the first quarter. As
Exactly.
such, we can say.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, hello. हेलो
या गो अहेड
सर ये जो फॉर्मेट सर आएगा उसमें सर हमारा गोल सर उसमें ऑलरेडी फिल अप करके रहेगा ना
नहीं दैट यू विल हैव टू गेट इट फ्रॉम योर मैनेजर
ओके
एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस Please, anyone?
Hello.
Yes, Abbas.
Yeah, Vishnu, hi. Vishnu, I just wanted you, if you could go back to that sheet and explain me how the weightage column bit works. Means, what are the parameters for what task or what KRA gets what kind of weightage?
Right. Okay. So when you are defining your KRA and KPI, when you were discussing with your manager on your KRA and KPI in the goal setting exercise, you must have defined the weightage. What does weightage means? Weightage means what of your total number of activities that you perform, how much weightage, how much importance those specific KRA or KPI have in your performance. For example, Abbas, let me take your example alone. One of your KRA, can you tell me 3 KRA and KPI of yours?
One is the automation,
Okay.
workflow automation,
Right.
productivity improvement,
Right.
and one is compliances.
Right. So, Abbas, when you had these 3 KPIs or KRIs, there is certain sort of weightage you have given to these 3.
Yes.
Maybe 20, 30, based on the importance. Weightage should be given based on relevance, importance, impact on the role. This is where how the weightage should be given. Let me give you a classical example. From HR, an example is hiring people on time is very important for us, right? If we don't give people on time, operations will suffer. If operations suffer, the business volume will go down. So HR will always have recruitment as one of their key KRA.
Correct.
Whereas filing an employee card document, updating an employee document, and confirm appointment letter in the file, it is important, but it may not be as important as hiring a person. So the weightage for that will be 10, whereas the weightage for hiring will be 30 or 40. Got it?
Got it. But one more question.
Right.
Is it necessary that in my KRA sheet, when the KRAs are listed down, so the weightage and the timeliness of that particular KRA, are they synonymous? Are they the same? It means what appears at the very top, which KRA of mine appears at the very top, that has got the highest weightage. But does it mean that that needs to be completed first, or it is like and a KRA weight it is, or is it possible that a KRA which has a lower weightage is to be completed on a priority basis, whereas a KRA which is on a higher weightage is not something which is something which is very urgent but can be postponed and completed over long term? Is it like that, or is it that whatever is urgent and important is my first KRA, then second what is little less urgent and less important is my second KRA? How would the order be?
To be honest with you, there is nothing, there is no significance of an order in the format. There is no hard and fast rule for that. You can place your KRA KP according to your convenience. That's what my understanding is, or that's what how I when I have done in the past also. If you can do it in a chronological order, or if you can do it in an order of relevance, it will be easy for your manager to just read those KRA KPIs or content more simpler or more conveniently. See, let me tell you one thing. When you arrange it in a particular order, it is easy for the manager to check, okay, for first KRA KPI is higher relevance, this is the weightage, fine, this is the score. So what happens is like,
Hello,
am I audible? Hello, am I audible? Hello, am I audible? Hello.